Hoti, 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 hoti. Oh my goodness. Alright. Tuesday night. I see the light, my friends. I see the light. Okay. Let's chat for a minute. Alright, so this thing has been going now. How many hours have we been at it? There's some that I haven't counted on video because I've done some when I'm at work. So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 35, 36 hours. Roughly 36 hours of repair time on this machine. So where are we at? We are in a really good place right now compared to just the other day. So yesterday's stream, I was nailing down the score reels again because they were getting fidgety. So I got those to reset. I also went through and we checked every single one of these rollovers at the top. We checked the pop bumpers. We checked all these other rollovers. They were all working. The slingshots I haven't really checked again for points, but they are working mechanically. They're hitting back out, or kicking rubbers as they're called in this. The ball shooters were not working yesterday afternoon, nor was what is known way back here behind the snap target is the 5-point target. That wasn't working either. I got those working last night before I went home, which when you get to a point that everything's coming together, these little problems get so much easier to find and fix. So the really only big thing that we have left to do is this whole bonus lighting setup. What happens when you roll over, you have the red side lit or the yellow side lit, and when you roll over certain things, advancing bonus 5 times, when lit, advanced bonus, all these advanced bonus things, that's where these are going to go up. Either they'll go up 1 or they'll go up 5 until they get to the top. If both sides get to the top together, then the double bonus light will light up. If you get whatever bonus is going on here, wherever your light stops and whatever side is lit up, and where your target snap target is positioned, either on this side or on this side, you can collect the bonus and it goes back down. If you do them together, it goes back down together. So here's where the problem is lying in this game, and it's what we're going to work on tonight. When you collect your bonus, it drains them back down to 0, but it's also supposed to come back up 1. So what's happening here is we're draining to 0 and we're not coming back up 1. The score motor just keeps going and going and going. So that's our goal tonight, is if we can get these to drain to 0 like they're supposed to and come back up to 1, then I believe that all of the functions are now set. And we can start doing a little bit of detail stuff. Get up underneath this plastic here and get these, they're the ball shooters, get these coils cleaned and replace the coil sleeves in here. Whoever put the coil sleeves in here put coil sleeves that were way too big. And so they're all breaking and cracking. So I don't want to spend money on this guy, but I'm going to change out the coil sleeves because I have them. So that'll be fixed. Then So we'll have all that going. After the functionality is going, then it's on to lighting, making sure all the lights are going. I already know that there's some general illumination lights that are either missing or they're not working at all. That one is just an exposed bulb. That's nice to know. I'm going to take that out before it ever gets turned on again. So it's an exposed filament. So yeah, but I also know that some of these up here are loose too. And they're either loose because they're not screwed down enough, excuse me, or they've gotten loose because they get hit a lot. And in that case, we'll have to fill the holes, most likely with toothpicks, and bring them back down. But we'll do that when we change out the rubbers. So I got the rubber kit, I got the lights, or new bulbs. I'm not gonna replace any bulbs that are out underneath here. Well, I'm gonna replace only the ones that are out. I'm not gonna replace the ones that are working because it's just a pain in the butt right now. I'll just give the guy the bulbs. So we'll get all that. So functionality wise, that's what we're doing tonight. We are working on this bonus to come back up to 1. So the playfield won't be down for this, it'll be up, but I'll show you what the path is to get to that and why it should be working one way or the other. I didn't bring it down all the way, I just wanted to show you where we're at here. Alright, take the playfield back up, and let's see if we can get more angled on the playfield to kind of see what's going on. Ooh, yeah. We'll zoom in a little bit. Alright, so what we're focusing on are these guys right here. In the manual, or the schematics, which I've gotten really good at looking at right now. Let me see if I can show you the path of what we're looking at. So what I needed to look at was the video that somebody posted online shows you that it comes back down and goes back up 1. So you start at the end. So what makes it go up 1? That would be the trigger on the steppers that increases the bonus 1. Okay, so that's the end result. So now we got to trace that back to what triggers it at the beginning. And let me see here. I think it's right here. I'm not going to save these freaking schematics. They're gone. They're just trashed. So let's see. Let's see if we could just look at the schematics here real quick. Can I do this without it looking really horrible? Upside down, whatever. Alright, so this is the right way. So, the end result is over here. They are the add red bonus, add yellow bonus. That's the end result. That's what is kicking you back up. So you have to figure out what fires it. So the one side of the coil goes all the way to the black line, so that's done. The other side of the coil comes over this way, and we have all sorts of like open and close. We have alternating relays, open and close, X and Y. And all of that, I believe, through motor D, connecting up here to higher stuff, that's when you're actually hitting the functions. But we want the one that resets and goes back. So that means that the ball position is 0, which that's what this says right here. That the stepper is at 0 for the red and the yellow. That's these steppers right here. They're set to 0. But then you follow it back and it goes all the way down here and it says motor 1A. And then that connects you to the other side. So motor 1A has to connect in order for all that to happen. So the path is really not that long. So basically what we're doing, we have to figure out for motor 1A, the switch on the square motor, which is bottom one down here, one of the two that are down here. Don't know exactly which one yet. From there up to the stepper that actually has, the wipers and stuff on it, up to there, because that's your 0 point. And then from there, it goes to the relay and it pops the relay, or pops the coil. So what I need to do tonight, I'm somehow the continuity is not coming from here all the way up to here to fire it. So that means that I'm losing continuity somewhere. Is it from here to the Jones plug? Is it past the Jones plug to here? But that's what we're going to do. We're going to figure that out, okay? We'll figure that out. Oh, and then hopefully we're golden. What I want to do right now is off of the wipers on these steppers, I want to make sure where they go, according to the schematics, where they go to fire the coil, which shouldn't be too bad. Should not be too bad at all. All right, because it's, like I said here, it's on the 0 position, red bonus unit, 0 position, yellow bonus unit. That's one of the little symbols on the schematics that threw me for a little bit, but it actually means these wipers up here. So we're going to do a lot of testing of continuity, because that's all there is. There's nothing else in between there. So either it's something's not holding it right, something's not getting a strong enough contact, whatever it is. But we're going to work on that. And that should be the last of it. The last of our problems, hopefully. Of the big problems. There's still little ones. I mean, I want to get the flippers to fire a little better. I can't rebuild them, so I'm just going to get the contacts to be filed down just a little bit to get them a better contact. And then from there, hopefully get to play this thing. That would be awesome. All right, so right now I'm just going to test the wipers on this stepper here to see if they're making a good contact. I already know there's a sloppy soldering job going on right here. So both of them are doing it. Both of them, if they're both at 0, or one of them, either one at 0, the score motor runs. So one of the easy things to do is like, well, you want to find the common path. But it could be both of them. So we're going to check them both. I'm going to check one end. I'm going to check and see if they're getting a good contact. So let's see if we get a nice and clear shot here. This is where we're working. I'll come back a little bit. That's all right. All right, so we're just testing these two wipers over here. It's a little high-pitched. All right. So I'm getting two independent signals. So the idea that I want to do now is I want to put my probes on there, attach them, and then I want to run it down to 0 and see if the signal's getting through to connect them. So we have this guy on there, and then we'll bring it around this way. Hopefully we're not going to get caught up in any gears. I'll check. This guy, come on. It is a really kind of a sloppy soldering job going on there. All right, get this out of the way. These can come back here and be out of the way, right? Yes. And of course that one's going to fall. Because why not? And remind me, I got to get that bulb out before I turn it back on again. I'm surprised I didn't see that before. We got to get that bulb out. All right, so then we'll bring this back down to 0, and I should get a signal. And I don't. So I've got contact issues like crazy here. All right, so that's what's happening. Right now it should be buzzing and it's not. So we got bad contacts which means these two guys are not pushing up against the thing like they should. So I'm going to test them on the back. And if not, they just probably might need to be cleaned. And then I'll have to take it off, which I didn't take it off before. I just kind of cleaned it real quick. So let's test them on the back side. Yeah, they're just kind of sloppy. I think this end here, yeah, that one's not even soldered on. Guys, sloppy work. Sloppy. Alright, so that's just what's going to happen. I'm going to have to take off this piece here, probably on the other side too. We'll do this one. We'll make sure that we're down to 0. I think we're on 0. So we can put this back on the exact same way that it came off. Because the wipers actually feel like they're centered. Where's my phone? It's always good to take a picture, even though I'm pretty sure I know what I'm doing here, where I want it to be. It's always good to take a picture of where it's supposed to sit. So we're going to take it off. We're going to solder that better, get a nice solid connection. And first things first is towels. We're unplugged, so I know we're safe there. But I want towels so I don't drop something, or I don't want it to fall and get caught somewhere. So we got towels. Towels right here. That way hopefully we're not going to lose anything. It's not going to fall off. I don't think I need the magnifying ones right now. Alright, so these stepper units here, they have, can't see it on that side either, they're adjustable so they can be lined up. So that's why it's very important to line them back up to where they were when you put it back on. And we know which ones are supposed to be lined up. So this is going to solve our problem, I think, because there's obviously not good contact happening there. But the things that I've tested, I got it to do a 2-player game. It alternated back and forth between player 1, player 2. It did ball 1 and ball 2 all the way through to ball 5. It's set to 5 ball. It did all of that. It went to game over. Yeah, it played like a full game just by hand. So we are so almost there. Somebody walking in? No. So I'm just going to take it off very carefully, not to lose my screws, not to lose any nuts that might be on there, or washers, or not nuts, there's washers. Alright, so just this piece. So that's what we're going to work with here right now, is this guy right here. Yeah, we got continuity issues like crazy. I'm going to get my light. We'll polish those better now that it's off. Flip that over. Yeah, the ends, the nubs are dirty on the bottoms of these, so we'll clean that off. I don't want to lose any of it. Let me get my big light here. And I mean, this part is fairly clean. I did a pretty good job getting that part cleaned without taking it off. So these parts are pretty solid. So we're going to check this. We're going to solder these little guys back on. So they have these little continuity, this wiring. So these two are supposed to be wired together, and the one over here is just very weak, and then that one goes to the ground or whatever. But not a hard fix. Not a hard fix. I'm just gonna have to get my soldering iron on here and do it. I want to be done with this game. It'll be so much fun to just play it and get it out of here and get started on something else. We have so many games in the works that need to be fixed. Oh, hey, what's going on? Be honest, what pinball does look like? Show me. It is a 1966 Mayfair. Hi, how you doing? I'm just cleaning a stepper right now, so I really can't fold it over, but 1966 Mayfair Gottlieb. And I'm almost done with it. These steppers are the last bit, I think, that have been causing my problems. Let's see. So that's all I'm doing right now is I'm going to solder up this contact and clean it and put it back on. Let's see. So I'm waiting for my soldering iron to heat up. Right now, the stepper, like I said, these are fairly clean. Yeah, so I've been working on this one for a while. I'm almost done, hopefully. Let me see here. Where is paper towels? While I'm waiting for my soldering iron to heat up, I can get a little bit of alcohol on here and clean the ends. Don't want my screws to fall out. Clean the ends of these contacts because they were these are actually pretty dirty. So just clean off. Well, I should have expected it. Everything else in here is dirty. What's going on? So if you don't have that part, it messes up the whole thing. Yes, electromechanical, everything has to work absolutely correctly. Every single part has to work absolutely right, or the whole thing's not going to work. You're going to get stuck somewhere. Coil's going to get locked on. It's going to burn up, cause a problem. So you have to make sure every single little part is working correctly. You can get away with a little bit more on a solid state one of things not quite firing correctly. But not these old ones. They all got to work perfectly right. And we're almost there. There, those contacts are a lot cleaner. Yeah, so that was on the contacts right there. That dirt is enough to cause all my problems. But I still want to solder up a little bit on the back here because I don't like this wiring. This wiring is just a little too loose for my liking. And then after we do this one, we'll do the other one. And hopefully it's going to start working now. That would be awesome. Because that was the last little piece. Everything else is scoring correctly. My reset's going. Oh, it'd be nice if by the end of this stream, after 36 hours, I get to play this thing. Okay, soldering iron should be ready. Trying to find my solder. There it is. So I'm just going to do this real fast and then I'll put it back on. It shouldn't be too big of a deal here. It's just the one side just felt really bad. Yeah, so I'm getting some solder on my iron. It's just going to be really really hot here in a second. Don't breathe the solder. All right. So be careful not to imagine the stream gets rated. It did once. I got rated once. That was kind of cool. I mean, pinball repair can be exciting for a little bit, I guess. Thank you. I was pretty certain that is a follow right there. Thank you, sir. Thank you for following. All right. Yeah, so oops, don't want to lose my screws. So the end of this is getting a little hot, which is understandable. So I just want to hold it back here a little bit so I can get the solder the way I want it and it doesn't look like garbage like some of the rest of this crap is. Yeah, the whole wire just came off there because that's how shoddy that job was there. So what I'm going to do is not lose any pieces, for one. I'm going to do what I did on the back and just give them a nice brand new wire, because that wire is going to be enough to annoy the heck out of me. So I'm just snipping off a little piece of wire. All we're doing is we're connecting the two little nubbins. Nubbins? Whatever their official term is. I don't know their official term. I'm just going to call them nubbins. We're going to connect those and it should be good. Let me see here. Actually, maybe I can still work with what's on here. Just looks very so the wiring that's on these things are not as solid as some of the other wires, because I guess it's supposed to give a little bit of flexibility. So basically I think I can still work with what's there. I'm going to clear out the hole for one, and then I'm going to send the wire directly through the hole like it probably should have been to begin with. Take that off for a second. I'm going to hold it here with cardboard because for some reason metal gets hot. So I'm going to clear out the hole. Thank you, screw. I know where it went, thank goodness. Where is my solder sucker? Where was the last place that I soldered? I don't know. It could have been anywhere. Oh, it was here. There we go. All right. I'm just going to take it out if I can. It might be a little tight. Yeah, it's a little too tight to take out. I don't want to take it out anyway. I just want to get it off of here. We can be done with this. Don't you want to be done? We just want to... Who wants to fix pinball? We want to play pinball. Come on, dude. Don't be a punk. Take this off. Take it. Go. There, now it's coming out. That's what I wanted. I wanted it out. It's hot though. Obviously it's hot. I'll let it cool down before I put it back in. Come on. Calmer. Don't be annoying. Just take it up. Take it up with management. There we go. There we go. All right. I'm going to let it cool off a second so I can get it back in there without burning my fingers. So again, with these nice little machines, electromechanicals like to be played. If you're not playing them, they get dirty. And when they get dirty, they stop working. But if you do play them, they clean themselves. Obviously, don't be smoking around them or get a bunch of dirt in there, but they clean themselves. They're designed to keep themselves cleaned as long as you keep playing them. But they sit around, and if somebody monkeys with it, that's where your problems start to occur. Man, that stays hot for a really long time. Where's my air? That's not air. Where's air? Let's see if I can get this cooled off. There. Still pretty warm, but yeah. Alright, so these only go in the one way. Sorry, I can't see much of this. All we're doing is we're just making this a more secure connection. And that would be sliding this in through the hole and not just on the edge of it. All these things have holes, and most of these freaking contacts are not fed through the hole. Come on. There we go. That'll get it. There's not a lot going on there. There it is. Come on. If I can get it in the hole here. Shut up. If I can just fish it right. So this is where I want to give up and just use my own wire and not the wire it came with. Because these wires are just so freaking annoying. Alright. We're not playing anymore. You get in there. What happened to you? What happened to you? You used to be so vibrant and young. The years have been hard on me, ma'am. I was played a lot, I was abused. And now, I'm coming back to life. In a new form. A form that my family will learn to respect me. Alright, thank you for that. Trying to get this stupid little wire. There we go, thank you. Loop it through the hole, give something for the solder to actually grab onto. Don't fall out, just stay in there. That's good. Alright, I'm going to use this piece of cardboard so I don't burn myself again. And then, soldering iron. And yes, be very careful. Obviously, you don't really want to always be using your soldering iron over the machine. But I'm staying away from all the parts so I don't accidentally drop some solder on it. There we go. I like that a lot better. I like it a lot better. We'll put this bad boy back on. Slide some of its... there we go. Shouldn't fall out now. Alright, so we put this back on there and we should have a much better connection. Much better! Mwahahaha. So we have the metal. Screws, oh yeah, one fell on the floor. We didn't mean to, but it did. Make sure you get your ground wire back on, or your common, or whatever this wire is. All that crap back on there, and then put it back on here. Let's make sure I put it in the right spot. I think I did. Put that ground in the right spot. Photos. Yeah, that's where the ground wire was. Okay. I'll put this back on. And I bet very magically we're going to have a connection. So I cleaned all three of them, right? Not just two. Cleaned all three. All right. So we're still set at 0. So obviously you got to make sure you put this thing back on so that you're still activating the right thing. So we're going to get the 3 screws lined up and get them threaded first. And then we'll position it so that it's lined up exactly where it needs to be. And then we'll do the other side. All right, so we're threaded, and we want it to be here because that looks right. It's on the first position. You line up to the first position, but you got to run through it all. Make sure that it's hitting the center. The wipers are hitting the center of all the pads, so that it gives you the most contact for your electrical connection. And make sure your screws are tight. There's these locking washers on here for a reason, because these move a lot. Alright, so I feel that those are pretty good and centered. Let me advance. I may be off a little bit. I feel like I might be a little off because I'm looking at the top one and it's just barely on the edge. So let me, from this position, let me readjust that. And if you can't get them both centered, you make it nice and just do it for the majority of it, so you know, equidistant for all of it. Trying not to turn it. I want it to stay flat. All right, let's go back down to 0. I think we're on it. Yeah. Let me get the screws a little bit tighter, and then we'll check for continuity. And then we'll go to the other side. Dun, dun, dun. All right. So I should get continuity now. And I do. All right, I'm going to use my clips and I'm going to run through it, because once it gets to 0, because that's the idea, is that we need that current to go all the way through from motor 1A. And what I'm suspecting, you know, it could be all the way back down to the Jones plug where they connect, but motor 1A does other things besides this, and the other things seem to be working. So obviously, I think it was getting past the Jones plug. So in the end, it's going to come down to dirty steppers. Dirty steppers! Okay. There we go. Look at that. Nice and solid. Solid signal on those steppers. Okay, so that's that side. Now, guess what? The other side. So the other side is just mounted different direction, different orientation, the exact same setup. So it's just flipped, right? Yeah. It's flipped over. So we're going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to have to move my towels, obviously, because I don't want those to fall out. But we're going to check the continuity. Since both sides were doing it, I'm going to guess it was both sides. We're at 0, right? You believe it's at 0? No, it wasn't. Now it's at 0. Oh, this one I could get underneath. Where is it at? There they are. So I should have continuity here on that one. And then continuity on that one. All right, let's go up. we're going to see, so the one continuity doesn't flow through on this side. Maybe there's something bajiggity on there. Or it goes from one to the other. Alright, so there's continuity going through the whole thing, which could be normal. So what I need to look at is the resistance and not the continuity. So this one is giving me 6.6 and it doesn't change. So let's check these wires here first. So we have both sides have two different problems. That could be another thing. Is it done? I'm back. Yeah, I'm doing the other stepper now. So now we got continuity on here, which I don't think we're supposed to. But we'll check it. Let's just check it. We'll check where they go, because the one side is the red, and the orange and the red. That goes up here. The other side is white and the black. So where are we at? Let me try something here. I'm gonna try a little bit different here. Is it done yet? Jeez. That's what it's all about. It's working on these things, man. It's not done yet. Let's go back to that. So that's where we are. Okay, that's what I want. So that one, move this off of 0 so that this one can give me a signal. Bring this back down. So we're not getting a signal this way. So I think, again, it's just as dirty. So the functionality of it is that it goes from one to the other. So if one of them is at 0, it'll do the one side. If the other one's at 0, it'll do the other side. But if they're both, it'll do both sides. All right, so I think that's what's going on here. Let me check the, I need the better light here. I'm going to check the continuity with the front one to the pads. So that's that. Maybe it all just comes down to the one. We'll find out. So this side here should be this, or this. That side, there we go. Here we go. Okay. And then the other one right here should be this one. Yeah, so we got the same problem going on. Dirty pads. Just dirty. Disregard our earlier email. Okay, thank you. All right, so I'm going to move my towels over so I don't drop my screws in a bad place. There's that. Get this guy over here. Don't want to... I really worked hard on adjusting all those relays, so I want to make sure I don't tug on any of them. All right, so I got to unscrew that one. I think that the wipers, or the wiring to the wipers, are not as bad as the other one was. Ooh, that was also very loose. This screw is very loose, and that happens just over time. That's why you got to tighten all these up. Sometimes you have to do that with your switch stacks. Got to check to make sure that they're tight. Yeah, this entire thing is loose. It shouldn't be that loose. It should be nice and tight so that they don't slip off. All right. Here we go. I'll loosen that up, take it off. I guarantee those are just as dirty. They're nice and dirty. Dirty, dirty, dirty. Oh. Where'd my paper towel go? So we're gonna clean these. These two lower ones are the ones that are the dirtiest because they're the ones not working. The top one gives me the light on the field, so this is going to work. This is going to work. Much cleaner. You can't, like I've said before, you cannot half-ass these things. You have to be for real with it. As much as I don't want to do absolutely everything because I'm not getting paid, you kind of have to. All right, let's get it threaded back on and see if we get some continuity, because that was a lot of dirt on there. And those two wipers don't touch anything else until it gets to the 10th spot. Yeah, they just wipe around on nothing until they get to the 10. So they build up dirt. Build up dirt like crazy. All right, I'm just going to thread it. I'm set to 0. I'm going to thread it on here where it goes. And then we'll adjust it. So I think we're that way. So I'm trying to make sure that I put it back on the right way. It's upside down, so. Oh, I'm going to be so happy if this solves it. We also had issues with the center snap target wasn't registering, so this might actually be part of it too. If it's not wiping on knowing that it's on 10, the 10th position, then the snap target's not going to do anything. It's going to think that it was somewhere else. All right, make sure I'm not completely wrong with this. All right. So we're just threading them in by hand, and then we'll adjust it, and we'll tighten it back down, and then we'll try a game. We'll see what happens. Let's see if all that hard work is paying off. All right. So I'll make sure that my wipers are where they belong. Yes. Get my screwdriver. Get my magnifying lenses here because it's kind of hard to see upside down. Feeling pretty good about it though. This is where I wanted to be like a week ago. Is this little stuff. Or assumably little stuff. Tight. I'm going to tighten them and then run it through. Make sure that my wipers are lining up. That. Where are we at? I think this one's doing the same. Is it? I think it's actually pretty lined up. I think I got it good on that one. All right. So that's that. Get my towel out of here very carefully. Guys, let's see what we got. Holy Moses, holy Moses. There's other things I got to do. I got to turn on the free play, which means messing with the replay unit, because there's no real free play. You just got to fake it till you make it. And do I leave it up or let it sit down? Yeah, it can lay down. It can come down. make sure we get that bulb out. Yeah, let's see. Let's see if I can get it from the top, or yeah, I'm gonna have to see if I can get it from the top. Before we do it, I gotta get that bulb out because it's an exposed problem. We'll set this back in here for now. What did I do with the ball? I don't think the ball's still in there. No, I took the ball out. Maybe it is. We'll figure that out in a minute. We're getting a bulb out. Bulb out. Bulb! Can't do it without a screwdriver. It's been a crazy journey so far, though. I mean, all the, this is going to bring up the whole thing. That's okay. All the freaking switches that were just put in wrong. This should be enough, right? Yeah. Yeah, this bulb over here is exposed. Bring that back down so we can see. I think I can get it out with the needle nose. Okay. There we go. There's a little bit of glass still in there. See if I can get that. Come here, guy. I think I need to get the, where's my hook? I got a little pick over here. Change out this bulb. I don't know where it is, but this is a pick too. Everything's buried. Everything's buried because I'm, like any workspace, it just gets more and more crowded with stuff until you're done. Clean off my games. I kind of have to because there's somebody renting the arcade on Friday. Oop. Drop that little piece of glass on the playfield somewhere. There's another broken bulb over here. First of all, who designed this game with the bulb so close that the rubber smacking into it can break the bulb? That is dumb. Maybe there's something missing, or no, that's flat. I was thinking maybe they put it on backwards. That's so weird that the bulbs are right there. Doesn't matter though. I gotta get it and put a new one. Where did I put the bag of bulbs? Huh, I wonder what to do. What if this was my machine, what would I do to protect that? I would probably abandon these sockets and put a light strip, an LED light strip behind it. That's probably what I would do. And then we wouldn't have to worry about accidentally hitting these things. Hitting the bulbs with the ball, which should not be a thing. Gottlieb. Jeez. I should be out of business. Oh wait, they are. Screwdriver. Alright. These two-piece posts are pretty weird too. I've never seen that before. Kind of makes this part with the rubber a little difficult. Just poke the playfield, why don't you? It's so weird. I mean, I guess it's normal, but I've never seen that before. Are they just expecting that the rubber would keep it away, like it would not hit the ball couldn't hit it? That's so weird. I mean, I would totally recommend getting rid of those. It's general illumination, so you're going to want something, but I would throw LEDs. At least an LED's not going to break on you. Like this is. That is craziest design. I'll just tell the owner when I give it back to him that, hey, you might want to do this and not. Oh, come on, dude. I don't want to blow a fuse or anything, so come on. Glass going on. Here's the filament. I mean, if I mess up the bulb at this point, it doesn't matter, but I need to get it to come out. Come on. Some glass there. That is dumb. That is so dumb. Where is my vacuum cleaner here? I'll clean up the glass. Why would they do that? I mean, it's 1966. Granted, that's a long time ago, but they were making pinball machines many, many years before that. So it seems to me like that shouldn't have been a thing. There we go. It may have been like that for a while, too. Did not notice it. Crazy, crazy. Any other strange places to put a bulb? I know there's some to clean. See, that one's back far enough. Man. These ones are surrounded pretty good because they got, the plastic, which this side's broken, or it's backwards. Maybe it's not backwards. Maybe that's just how that one is. All right. Stupid bulb placement. Gottlieb, man, you guys take the cake for dumb. Come on, dude. There. Oh, it's low enough. It's not. The ball's never going to hit that spot. You've got a target right there. Of course the ball's going to hit it. Yeah, these rubbers are pretty old. I just flicked some white dust off of that one. But I'm not going to change out the rubbers yet until we go through it. What do we want? We want it to give me points and take away points. So we're watching the center is what we're going to do. Do I have a ball in there? I don't think I do. Oh, I did. It was just not in the thing. All right, so we do have a ball. All right, here we go. So what are we looking for when we start this thing up? We may hear buzzing off the 30-volt relay. That's fine. We're looking for scores to reset. This should go to 3. And we should be able to play. Obviously, I wonder what the tilt is right now. I'm pretty sure it's not done. Let's see. Hey Siri, open pin guy. Playfield. Let's see what the pitch is.
Left, 0.22 high.
4,
Back,
5,
2.1
2, 1. 3.9. So, yeah, these old ones you want it around 3.5 anyway. So this is 3.8. 3.8 and it's off a little bit. Not too bad. Days and days and days. Hours and hours and hours. Let's hope for goodness, people. Let's hope for goodness. Power is on. I think we're set. Yeah, I gotta do this spring here too. Is that 5? Ball 1, player 2. That's not right. It should have only given me 1 credit. But it's giving me 2. Man, this thing is really sticky. Let's set it 1. We're on ball 2, player 1. At least that part's working. I'm not used to this manual ball thing. It's going to favor the one side because we're not level. We're not level this way. We're tilting. Ball 3. Ball 3, player 1. That's not right. So we're skipping a little bit here. It's okay. All right, let's do this. Oh, we're on the yellow side. I want it to go down. Not going down. Yellow side. Alright. So we got stuff going that's not good, but that's okay. So that should have given me 5, and it's not. Is that 10? Yes. This one should be 1. Now 10. Ah! Did you see that? Came back up to 1. So that part worked. Now if I can get the red side to do it. We're on ball 4. Player 1. So I think our player 2 is not supposed to be activating, but it did. So there's something, a little adjustment to go out there. So this should be ball 5, player 1. Okay, so that's right. This tilt should go on at the end because that'll be the end of the game. What did it give me? Give me the ball back. Where are we at? It still thinks we're playing. Game over didn't come on. That was all player 2? I'm not getting any lights here. So we do have some things that are not being adjusted super properly. So now player 2 is stuck. And I'm still not getting this to reset, but this one reset. So that is really good. Down to 1. That's pretty loose. That should hit harder. All right, we need to this target is not giving me anything. All right, so we got a lot. I mean, solved the first problem, right? But for some reason, but it didn't do this the other day, and it's doing it now. Why is this so off? I think that score is a little loose. I'm going to have to tighten that one up. For some reason, it didn't go back and forth with the player 1, player 2 thing the way it's supposed to. So that tells me that they're controlled in the back box, and that tells me those little switches in there may be a little touchy. Let's do this real quick. Get all these old bulbs out. Put new ones in. Guarantee, like, some of these are 47s, but that's a 44. So we want to change them all out anyway. I got enough bulbs to do it. So next part I think I want to focus on, because I'm not getting this target to activate to go down on the red side. So I need to check the contacts on that, on the snap target. On the red side, the yellow side probably could be a little bit better too. But the yellow side reset. My score motor didn't go all stupid. Look how many bulbs are in this thing. There's like over 60 just in the back box. Feeling very optimistic right now though. Lots of goodness. Caked and happy. Well, it's easier to take out than to put back in, because don't know which way it goes. See all this dirt, I don't know if you can see that. Oh, that would be this camera over here. Wrong way. So you can see where the heat comes up on the back box. Yeah, we'll just leave it that way. But you can see all this trails of heat, smoke, and dirt from over the years. Not saying that these bulbs won't do it too, but they don't run as hot. Change all of these out. It's been a lot of these have been working, and I did change some of them out already, but we also need to make sure our match lights are working. That's up in the top corner. Somewhere over here. That's a lot of progress. I mean, yeah, we're firing a little bit different and a little weird on some of it, but that stuff is easy to come and figure out. Especially because it was going back and forth normally before, so I think that maybe it's just a little too close or a little too tight, and you know, it's not used to moving. How long has it been since it moved properly? It's got to get back in the rhythm, because you can work some of it out just by keeping it going, which we'll do again. Once I get these bulbs in, we'll just start another game. Hopefully we reset, which would be awesome. And then, man, there's so many bulbs. I would do this all LED if it was mine, because now you want to eliminate all the heat off of your back glass. The back glass on this one it's got one really bad spot, but the rest of it is pretty good. So it's like, why ruin it anymore? Oh more bulbs. Got a box of 100 bulbs. This looks like a duck. And yes, a lot of those were good. Might as well just get brand new ones on all of it. Does these even say 47 on them? Oh, they're stamped. They don't have a marking. They're actually embossed with 47 on it. I guess that way it can't rub off, huh? Over time it can, but you know, whatever. So yeah, not too shabby. The light is there. The end is nigh. Got 3 more. Change out this hundreds or this thousands light on the. You can also tell too that it's not firing exactly right because while it's changing, some of these lights flash, which means they're getting contact when they shouldn't be, and it's just from the vibration of resets and stuff like that. Come on, dude. Old 44. That's the thousands light right there. All right, that was a whole. That was a box in a bag. Wrong way. Let's come back this way. Let's just keep it a little bit more on the scores instead of the whole thing back. My little clampy tripod thing is a little weak. It's like, what are you doing? All right. Should reset. 3 credits. Whoops, what is that? That's it, that's a 0. Player 1. Ball 2, player 1. Let's see if we can get to a game over. It's going to favor that side. It's ball 3. Make sure that we clean that freaking spring. Ball 4. Will it go to game over or will it just keep going? Maybe we can get some double bonus here. Hold on. So that moves 1. Double bonus is lit. One more ball. See if I can get it. Went back down. That reset to 0, but I can't get the red side to go. See, that one is super weak. Game over? No, it went over to player 2 again. Well, it looks like it should be game over. They're both lit up. Who's scoring? Yeah. I mean, that's a lot, right? All right, so I think I need to start making a list. A list of things to go now. Let me get some paper. So we noticed that it didn't didn't directly go player 1, player 2. This time it actually just kind of did player 1, and then it went to both lights on, which I assume is the game over mode. One player, what does that say on the back box? Players 1 and 2, and then tilt, and then our match. So we're not getting a game over, we're not getting the match. Excuse me. We are resetting. So game over, match. The red side is not red bonus, collect. So that's going to be a contact issue, because obviously the yellow side was doing it, although it was doing it when you hit the center target. Yellow bonus, red bonus. What else was there? We got to clean the shooter spring. That one's going to be easy. I can probably do that now because I got the new parts. Shooter spring. Something wasn't scoring right too. Oh yeah, we're not when it's up here, when it's lit. Advance bonus 5 times. It's not advancing the bonus 5 times too. Advance 5-time bonus. Now I'm not sure if that's just the yellow side or both sides. I would assume it's both sides. We got to do all these things, all these little wobblies. This shooter is weak, so left shooter. Weak. Flippers are weak. I think we can take care of that right now too, because we're not taking it apart. These guys were scoring right. These guys were lighting up and scoring right. So my main focus is I'm getting the 50 points, but I'm not getting the light up 5. So I need to figure out that. Advanced 5-time bonus for yellow and red, probably. So game over the match. Player 1, player 2. That time it fixed itself. So again, that could have just been a little dust in the workings because it wasn't working for so long. And obviously bulbs. I've changed out these bulbs. So we've changed out those. I changed out this guy. Pretty much if it's got dust on it, I could probably tell that that's the ones that need to be changed. This is just a feature one. It doesn't, well, you can't see it. The thing's not back far enough. So it doesn't really adjust anything there. Oh, I need a better grippy tripod if I'm going to keep doing it like that. Anyway, come on, man. Well, anyway, so yeah, so these grippy, these are just a feature light thing. So they don't affect gameplay. So, easy things to do right now. Obviously, we'll get the flippers to be stronger. I can maybe get the shooter, clean up that a little bit, give it a little bit more power, and the other things we'll have to figure out because the other things are going to be in the relays. But let's just do some easy stuff for now. But that's not too bad. I mean, compared to what we have, unless I'm missing something, unless I forgot something, we can wipe off the playfield. We can clean it a little bit with just some mild soap and stuff. I'm not going to wax it. I'll just give him the wax. And then we'll do the rubbers. So yeah, let's just let's put the new shooter rod on. But that's a lot of good, man. If I could just get the red side to come back down, I can see, and I'm pretty sure it'll do it too, that it resets to 1. And that's awesome. And then we got to set it to free play. It's so almost there. I can see the end in sight. I have to go over the schematics a little bit more to see where we're at with that. stupid shooting rod is just so ganked up. So all this is really going to come down to is just cleaning the heck out of it. Put the new tip on it. It's in there, right? Yeah, bag of rubbers, it's in there. I put my, whatchamacallit, my ground wire behind the shooter rod. Oh, don't know if we can see it. We're working down here. We're working on the shooter rod. Maybe we can get this guy to come down here too. Do you mind just for a minute, just staying here, not sliding around? No? Yes? Just be cool, man. Yeah? You good? You're moving. I don't like that you're moving, but whatever. Let's do something easy for once. I do like this. This is kind of a cool little thing. Bake light or whatever it's made out of, plastic thing. So yeah. So I got in the kit, I should have everything I need for this. Let's change this thing out. Alright, so we're sliding that out. It's really not that big of a deal. Look, I mean, just got these little E-clamps or C-clamps or whatever on here, these little locking clamp things. We'll take that side off, we'll slide this out. Clean the bejesus out of it. It's basically what we're coming down to, yeah. Thing is just with getting these little E-clips off, but they don't go flying everywhere, especially if they're tight. Or C-clips. Whatever these clips are called. There we go. Don't lose it. Stay right there. I do have a box of different sizes, but alright. So what comes off is we have this little piece. What is this piece? A little plastic piece, I guess? So beat up. And that's probably because of somebody hitting it without the rubber on it and messing up the end of it. That is crazy. Alright. Doesn't matter. It's coming off one way or the other. If that's where it normally comes off at. Does it go the other way? It can't go the other way. You gotta, yeah, everything's gotta come off the back. So it's just over the years that metal has gotten funky. So let me get something better to pry that off of. Take this piece off. There we go. Let's get some channel locks. Channel locks will solve anything. So you stay here next to that. Spring comes off. Spring isn't too bad. I mean, I might save it. Not rusty or whatever. Spring comes off. Housing tries to come off. Ugh. Boy, it is. Is it a surprise that it's so dirty? No. Let's get some more alcohol in here. Not for me, for the game. It's that. And then, where just going to clean this shooter rod real good. Yeah. You like that. You like not being so caked in just decades of grime and ickiness. Oh boy. So much. So much going on. Just god awful. But look, it's so much shinier now. Let's use this camera every once in a while. I don't usually use it. There we go. I'm going to try to not adjust it. Makes me mad is I cleaned the one on volley and I fixed it, and Brent thinks that maybe his spit will make it work better, and so he puts spit on the freaking shooter rod. I'm like, dude, don't do that. And even pre-COVID, it's gross. So gross. Oh, it's got a new E-clip in here. It's a nice little kit. So we got a new spring. Looks to be a different tension. New outside one right there. Obviously, I gotta clean this housing first. This housing is just god awful too. So it's big enough. I'm just going to use paper towel and not Q-tips. Because I got enough problems with this game. I don't need the shooter rod to be one of them. I do like this thing though. This thing is solid. It's got a really cool retro-y design. I don't know if it was pure white. Yeah, it was a lot whiter back in the day. So I don't know if you can see the difference in color. There we go. So it's yellowy now, and I think it was a lot whiter back in the day, but still pretty cool. I like the shape. And I think I like that we're just to a part of most of the problems are scoring issues. Nothing's that overly bad now. I don't think I was even bothered by the buzzing of the relay. I almost can live with it, especially when it's going to go away from me. I don't have to hear it. The OXO has a buzzing transformer, which I guess was very common with Williams to have a loud transformer. And the way that you try to fix it is you shut it off, unplug it, and you very sharply smack it with a hammer to kind of get the electrons and stuff lined back up again. Now I'm going to use some. And then when you turn it back on, the buzzing's not so bad. It still buzzes, but it's not so bad. Alright, so I lied. I am going to use a few Q-tips. Just want to get this really good so we're not getting any of this crap transferred back. Ugh. It's just so clean in there. Oh man. Yeah. All that is ganking up the shooting rod, and all that is annoying that whenever time you try to pull it back and you get it ganked up, there's your problem right there. Clean that off. And I'm glad that I'm doing this. This is a near the end project. Boy, there's a lot of dirt on that shooter rod. All right. Dry it out. Slide it back on. Oh, it's tight there at the end. But like I said, I think somebody got it, the metal a little warped. Oh, there we go. Shave the inside a bit. That's okay. New spring, old spring. Hey, Jacob. I take it that it boots now? It does. I'm actually really close. The only things I have are a little few scoring issues and some contact issues with some of the stuff. I'll show you here in a second when I put this thing back on. But yeah, there's a couple of contacts, so sometimes it wants to go to player 2, even though player 2 it shouldn't be activated. And then it wasn't giving my game over yet, but a heck of a lot's working now. Oh my gosh, so much is working. We're just down to the little stuff, so little. Everything, all the rollovers are scoring properly. Where's my, what do I put on here next? E-clip. It's good. Just wrapped up your Shangri-La. Good for you. I hope to be wrapped up with this thing within the next day or so, because I've written down my problems and it's all scoring. It's minor. Little bitty stuff. So this is going to be awesome. Alright, let's get this guy back on here, because this was annoying me. Even testing it, this stupid thing is annoying. Alright, get over here. I keep my ground wire that I put, make sure that it stays behind. I'm so happy that this feels like I'm getting close to the end and I can be done with it, and I'll play it for a little while and then I will move on to something that's mine. I'm thinking of doing, we got our line drive pitch and bat that's not too bad of a shape. I'm thinking of doing that one next. Alright, so I want to make sure this lines up too. I want to make sure it hits right. Nice and straight. Where's the tip? Oh, there it is. Oh, man, that feels a lot better. Oh my gosh. Alright, we'll turn it back on. Here, my pitch is not the greatest. It's not the worst, but it's not the greatest, so there we go. New shooter rod, new thing. Okay. So, where are we at? Ball is down here. Look at that, it's not straight. I gotta straighten that up first. Hold on, guys. The shooter is not straight. Doesn't really have a solid way to line it up. Just gotta make sure you do it. Or just look at the old stuff. Look at where the line is for the paint. Slide it over. There we go. That's all we gotta do. Was the shooter tip mushroomed out? I've had to grind a few for sure. Yes, it was, but not too bad. I was able to pull the thing off. It was a little hard to get some of it off, but it's good because I don't have a grinder. I mean, I would have used some sandpaper, but that's okay. There we go. Oh, man, that feels good. All right, let's reset. Let's go back over again what we have scoring problem-wise. I think we can still see. Let's get a little bit more light on it. All right. Ball here. Hey, the shooter works. That's a little weak too. Obviously my flippers are still weak. Drain. It's going to be a drain beast because that's what it is. Ah, stupid manual. Manual launch. Let's see if it rolls over, lights them up. Lights them up. 10 points. I guess the light goes out once you hit it. So they stay on until you hit it, or you drain, I guess. Let's go this side. And then when you drain, it should go out. Yeah. So that's working. Did you high tap the power? I'm not sure what that is. I haven't done that. Whatever it is, I haven't done that. It's favoring that side because of the tilt. So this is ball 4. This side's weak. Barely hits it. That went. So what are we on? Ball 5, right? So we're tilted a little bit to the right too, because I don't have it stupid level. Hey, that sounded like it. Holy crap! That game over. What's this? What? It's a setting on the transformer to bump up the solenoid power a bit. It's meant for when the supply voltage is under 110 volts, but it can be used to bump up the power of the solenoids. Say it might bump up the solenoid voltage from 24 to 30. I don't want to. Maybe on my game. This isn't my game. But guess what? Look at these. These are, obviously there's a little bit of a contact issue on the playfield itself. I think so. Yeah, just barely tapping here. So we're going to check the contact with that. Maybe my game I would, but he wants something to bat around. This is what he's going to get. But holy crap. That's what I said earlier when it was malfunctioning, is maybe just get it going, get it playing, and it will work. There we are. Player 1 again. 1 credit. We still have to get this side to work here. And we're not rolling up 5. There's double bonus. Immediately drain. Make those contacts work for you. Yes, I'm going to clean the contacts pretty good because that'll help with the firing. I definitely have to change out and clean the coils on here. But it's firing better than it was. It was a lot weaker the first time I did it. But again, get your game moving, get it playing. Alright, so we're on ball 3. And just at the time I'm going to get used to this manual thing, it's going to be a different game. Nothing there. This is a drain beast. Drain beast on purpose. Oops. Can't really advance. I gotta see if I can collect it. Can't do anything. 4, 4, 4. This is ball 5, I believe. I want to see if I can collect something here. think that was my fault. I think I jacked it up because I moved it by hand. That's all right. That's a lot. Let's clean the flipper contacts a little bit. These ones I can use a little bit of the sandpaper because they're the old school ones. Let's see. I'm confused at what I'm doing. There's so much good happening. Look at all that. Ugh. All right, screw that. Let me clean that off first. Somebody spilled something on here. I got some sticky. Oh my goodness. This will be alright. This is ammonia-free stuff. And it's not on anything painted. Just want to get whatever's sticky off of here. Usually you don't want to use anything very harsh on here. You just want to be very, very gentle cleaners. The Shangri-La had grease in half the solenoids. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Luckily I haven't had that big problem here, but yeah, my OXO, you find it in the weirdest spots. Like, what were you thinking? Why would that even be there? Alright. I'm gonna set it up. I'm working on looking at these flippers here. We're not going to do much. We're just going to get the contacts just a little bit better so that we get a less resistance and maybe it'll fire a little better. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. Not my problem. Wait. Why isn't the 790 unit working? Grease on the step-up solenoid. Jeez Louise. Why? Why would they... Stop. The very few parts that you can actually lubricate. Why would you, one, lubricate with that, or two, use so much? I don't know how it gets in there. Alright, so I'm just filing these down just a little bit because the alcohol is not enough. And you can't do these with the modern flippers or the other kind, but these ones are old enough. This is a last resort because I don't like using the sandpaper or Flexstone on anything. But some of these high power parts, they need it. Get some more power out of these guys without doing anything. Yeah, that's a lot cleaner. I'll just wipe it off a little bit. Alcohol. Let it dry. Did you do the buttons too? There's nothing here. They're just these wires. So the contacts are right here. So the contacts on the flipper, the actual like end of stroke, yeah, those ones are, well, I don't know. Let me do those too. But yeah, this is where normally the Gottlieb weirdness, yeah. Normally these switches are down here. But no, they're up here and they are weird. They're reversed. One goes one way, one goes the other. So weird, but yeah, I can do the end of stroke switches here too. You can't do that on newer stuff. But this should help. And they're also, I've already checked the position for them so that they actually go to the hold coil right when they're supposed to. They're pretty good. You don't have a lot of leadway. You want it to release right as it gets to the end, and they're pretty good there. So I'm just gonna file it a little bit, use a little bit of what's that? Your sing-along is that way. But I like, yeah, it's Gottlieb weirdness, but it's new to me, and then the next time I get another pinball and be like, oh yeah, I remember that Gottlieb is set up that way. Because I like that I'm learning a lot from this machine. And one of the biggest things that I have learned from this Mayfair and reading in the the wiki manual is that the reset bank is a stupid thing. Just like the playfield lockdown bar, yeah. But these reset bank that they ended up changing out and they put in the AX and the other locking relays instead of this. All the time that I'm finding problems everywhere else, it always goes back to the stupid reset bank. The other day, I took it completely apart. I took all the contacts off again, and this was Friday after it was. I got so far, and then it crashed and burned. So I took all the contacts off again, cleaned all of them, checked them all for continuity, and put them all back on, and then poof, everything started working a heck of a lot better. And it's all in this stupid reset bank. Well, I'm glad they changed that, but can't help me here because, well, this game already exists. All right, we're going to clean off the contacts. Because we find that even though you file them, some of that filing stuff just stays in there, and then that blocks your contact too. And what we want is the least amount of resistance popping up. Oh, I'm going to be so happy to be done with this game. My line drive is in much better condition. I just got to rework the sound, which for, what was the line drive? 1975, 1973 or something like that. And it's got a solid state sound system in there, which is kind of cool. Early electronics. So I got to rework some of that. But the playfield, all the Jones plugs are really nice in there because the guy who had it before us really took care of it. All right. That should give me more flipper power. Hopefully. We still have scoring issues that we got to work out, but the game over happened, so let's just start it up again. End of stroke. These are still closed. Closed, yeah. I didn't mess any of that up. Get my ball. Stupid lock bar that we just talked about. So there's 0 credits. I have to set it to free play for this guy. I'll do that later, but I just want to keep the replay unit working like it's supposed to, and I'll just change it when he gets it. And there's a couple of different ways that you can set it to free play. One of them is tying the 2 contacts together or disconnecting the solenoid that brings down your credits. And then it will stay on. It'll get credits forever. All right, let's get 5. Are we on? Oh, was it already on? It was already on. 5 credits. There we go. And start. Yes. Let's see the flippers. Oh, listen to that. Heck yeah. Man, it sounds a lot better. Let's see if I can actually get the ball to the flipper. It's getting up there. That's what you want. You want your flipper to hit it up to the top. Get to the other side. Still a little weak there. Come on. I'm just going to have to do it manually because it's not wanting to give me a... Where's this? Go that way. Back up. There we go. We'll do it better. Let's get the ball just over here a little bit. Okay, ball 4. Give me the ball. Come on, give me the ball. Much stronger flipper here. Did that change? don't think that changed ball. Nope, got caught. Something got caught. Something is locked on somewhere. Alright, so something somewhere got stuck on, which means it's at one of those places where it's not quite firing right. We'll have to figure out which one that is. But we are having scoring issues, but the flipper's working better, so yay for that. Got the flipper's working better. Let's see. Start it up again. See if we can get 2-player going. There. It should be on 2-player now. Let's see if it does it. Switched over. Switched over to player 2. Ah, manual launching ball. Scoring on player 2. Drain. Back to player 1. That one, I'm going to work that out. Drain. Okay, something got caught again. I think it might be that one. Yeah, that one was getting caught before too. Gotta run. Great to see it flipping though. Hey, thank you, Jacob. Thanks for hanging out for a minute. That's what I think is getting caught. There's a relay that does the 5 points and the shooters. So the shooter stopped working and that stopped working. So that's that relay down there, which is great because I've learned enough that I know that's the relay that's the problem. So we'll readjust that. Hooly hoo. A lot of good. Let's get to reset. Resetting. So we'll work on that relay. Where's my list? That relay is V relay stick. That buzzing is my 30 volt. That bulb is warm. Alright. Well, anyway, yeah. Now we're on 2-player. Let's see if it'll do it. Ooh. Because there's 2 different 5-volt or 5-point relays. On players. 2 different 5-point relays, and only the one affects these guys right here. But if it gets stuck, then the other relays don't know what to do. They can't advance. Some of it might just be working it free. Just play it. Feel heat coming off of here. And I know it's just the freaking bulbs. I think before I make any more real adjustments, I'm just going to let it play a few times and then maybe break free some of the stuff that's sticking. So far, I think this contact is still not going. One player. So the ball count goes a different direction. It skips around. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is ball 4 actually, even though it jumps around. So it's so that if you have 3 ball, it's more symmetrical. I need to change out the bulbs up here to see if my match is working. We'll do that before we stop. We'll do that. We're on ball 5 on player 1 because we want to see if our match lights are working. Ball 5 on player 2. Yeah, we got it stuck. And I think it's getting stuck on... Yeah, it shouldn't have given me that. I think it's getting stuck on the red side, which is where we're getting problems anyway. But I want to change out these match lights that are up here. I don't know if you can kind of see that. I'll change that out, turn it back on, and then I think that's good for now. I need the little bulb sucker. Here it is. We'll change out these bulbs. Box of bulbs, about 100. A box of 100 bulbs, 47s. As cheap as you can get. They're like 20 some bucks. Ugh. It's kind of hard to see this. Like I said, I need to get a better tripod for this guy over here. Our match lights are up there. Just stay put for a second. Anyway, match lights are up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess one of them is 0. Right? 0 is one of the numbers? Yeah. So, I'm going to pop these guys out. This little piece of tubing that comes in here. These are all 44s in this thing. Oh man, that one's stuck. Let me get my light so I can see what I'm doing. So much good progress is being made. There we go. I had the back box, all that fall on the back box the other day. It was a little scary. It just fell backwards on the hinge. Didn't damage anything. It was just loud and freaked us out for a second. Go. How many is in a pack? 10? Because that's exactly what I need for this, is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. How about that? Alright. Right you are, man. I like, these guys are so old, these pinballs. But the ingenious work that they put into, the math that they put in there to get them to do the different functions. It's just so interesting, especially when it's not how you would say computerized in modern terms. It is computerized, just with relays. So I don't know if any of this match stuff is working. It should, because that's the 0 to 9 unit does that. Oh, that's tight. Ooh, that one is tight in there. Wonder if I can get from behind. Push it. Push it. Push it real good. Besides the fact this guy doesn't even have a glass for this. He's supposed to get his own glass. Which, more power to him if he can do it. For cheap. I can't get it to push in. It's a bulb extractor. It's not very good at putting the bulbs in. There's no grip. Let me get a glove and see if I can get it to latch on there. Where are we at? There's not any real room to do this. Hey, look, the camera fell. Look at, you're looking at my microphone now. That's nice. Is it in there? I don't know, maybe. Maybe it's in there. Maybe it's like, nah, I don't think so. We're trying. Need to do better. Feeling pretty good about it now.
Salami.
You're salami. There's also a couple things in the freezer too.
I'm just looking at salami.
Okay, well.
Are you streaming?
Yeah.
Oh. Hi, stream people.
I got some, we're down to scoring problems. Like, things are working, things are functioning, but now it's like, okay, now this one's not going up all the way like it's supposed to or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But little things. I cleaned the flippers so they fire better.
Yeah.
Not as good as brand new ones would, but...
Playfield's not bad on this one for as old as it is.
No, it's got this line.
Yeah.
But really, it's not bad at all.
Mm-mm. I like how they have the cutouts around the flippers so that there's no paint to wear off there.
Yeah, you're not going to mess it up. This is a really bad, awful thing here. These two bulbs, this bulb right here and this bulb right here were just busted open because...
You can hit them.
You can hit them. It's like, what kind of...
There's no stopper or anything, huh?
Yeah, and I was saying, is like, if this was my machine, if this was ours...
Put a post.
Well, no, get rid of them and just put an LED strip behind it.
Yeah.
Up against the back.
Yeah.
And then you're not going to have to worry about ever getting hit.
We could do that. We have the technology.
But this isn't our machine, so I don't care. And Jacob was asking, he's like, are you going to do the high tap thing and you get more power out of the flippers if you do the high tap? I'm like, not on this machine. I'm not. But like,
I think you got enough free hours into this.
Yeah. But here, look. I think we got credits? No, we don't have credits.
Did you fix all the, pretty much all the bulbs on? Nice. Look at them. Those all work.
So yeah, so it's player one.
Here, let me just set this right here. Here, we'll just set this right
That's
here.
it. What?
Nice. Looks pretty
So
good.
Push that in for the ball to come up.
That's kind of cool too. I love the little weird.
And I cleaned that. Put new springs on it because it came with the kit.
Oh, the one that was Oh. Wow, the flipper button's up. I did like this.
Yeah.
my finger like you would on a modern one. It doesn't push it in far enough. I went like this.
Yeah.
That doesn't work. I like that.
It's hard to get used to that manual
Yeah.
launch.
It's still cool though.
The Gottlieb pop bumpers are weak.
Oh, this game's a super drain. Screw you, man.
It is a super drain. That's duh. You know, that's like volley. The pop bumpers are kind of weak.
Oh, I don't even get a chance. Better be 5 balls.
Better be 5 ball. Let's play this. Those need to be a little bit better.
Oh, there we go.
Barely get there.
Oh, that's not right. You see that?
Is it loose?
This looks like it.
Oh. No, it's just bent out a little bit.
Yeah.
Hopefully this is the last ball. It should be game over. It did it one time. So if it's working correctly...
Dude, that's 3 out of my 5 balls did that. Just doop straight down.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
It wasn't. No, you can't play it anymore.
Oh, I can't? Because it looks like I can.
Yeah, but you're going to get things ganked up. It's lost. It doesn't know what ball it's on. See, because now they're both scoring.
You sure it wasn't just on 2-player? Were we paying attention?
They don't score at the same time.
Oh. Well.
It's just the game over wasn't working on that time. But it did one time. It's got to get its kinks worked out and then slightly more adjusted.
Well, it's not going to get its kinks worked out. Daniel's going to have to do it.
Yeah. But anyway, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's playable at least, mostly.
Yeah, so once these two light up, you're supposed to be able to hit the target and get double points, and it goes back down. Or if this side was lit up and it was on red and you hit the target, you're supposed to get those points, and vice versa.
Yeah.
That stuff is still kind of needing to be worked out. But yeah, some of this stuff is super loose.
Yeah, I noticed it was up here on this little stuff too.
Yeah.
But the playability is not that great. It's just cool as a nostalgia piece.
It is.
Aesthetically, it looks good.
It is a super drain beast.
Yeah.
You got small flippers and they're way far apart.
You know, the cabinet's like, but the back glass and the playfield stuff looks good. It's kind of piece of like if you have your little arcade and stuff, just having it on, like kind of looks cool sitting there.
Yeah.
All retro AF. Do these have lights under them?
Yeah. But for some reason, just bad placement. Obviously, bulbs break because the bulbs were broken.
I wouldn't mind having this machine just for, because it's different.
Yeah, and there's a lot of super retro stuff underneath, too.
Yeah, and that's cool.
But anyway, that's a lot.
But it's one of those, you want to have it because it's cool and retro. You wouldn't play it that much.
No. Well, that's what I'm going to tell him, too, is like, look, if you want it to be on in the background as lights, don't. I mean, this game, you already have, you're not putting LEDs in here.
Yeah.
You're just going to heat it up for no reason. Turn it on, play it, but don't just leave it on.
Yeah, see, I would, but I change it to LED.
Yeah, change it to LED.
Yeah.
You don't need to be creating the heat in there for no reason to just have something pretty in the background.
Yeah, cooking the back glass and
yeah.
There's incandescence like you can tell by our Space Invaders marquee.
Well, you can see all the black of.
Well, so just heat, but like on our Space Invader marquee, the incandescent bulbs over a long period of time will give enough UV that will gradually bleach it out.
Yeah.
And you're like, you don't want that. Not on something this old. You can't. It's tough to replace that stuff at this point.
But I'm almost there. I'm going to work on these little bits of scoring.
Noise.
And then, I'll fix these little stupid things and change out the rubbers. I already changed this one out.
Rubber kit seems like it'd be fairly easy on this bad boy.
The rubber that was on here, they had it going all the way around the whole thing. Huh. So the rubber was in front of this target. I'm like, what the? It's not supposed to be there. It's supposed to go back behind, and you got the thing back here.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're not gonna activate squat that way. So anyway, not too shabby.
No.
Almost done. Get it out of here. Work on line drive.
Yeah, and my pieces are still there. Yep.
Yep. So.
Yeah, we're just gonna drill them out. I want to get those pieces flat like they're supposed to be, especially now that we know it works.
Yeah. So anyway.
I was going through the shelves at Walmart. It's like I need pans that literally fit right on top of the other, no space, so that you can actually press the plastics in between and actually make them flat.
All right, that's all I'm gonna do for today. So.
Me too.
Hey, thanks. And I'll come back and I'll do some more tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon, we'll start working on some of the little bits. Almost done though. So yay. See you guys tomorrow.